Good morning, my fellow Texans. How are you doing today? We got a major situation happening overnight over the DFW area. We're getting a lot of rain in a short amount of time. And when I'm saying a lot of rain, I'm talking 8 inches. And 8 inches of rain in a short amount of time will cause a problem for almost any area. And as the bearer of bad news, we've got more rain rolling through here for about the next 48 hours. So I'm down south in Houston, Texas, looking out for you guys up north because I love all of Texas. And I got to thank y'all because as Planetary Defense Commander, I know the last 2 years have been rough, been trying to unite people. And I had a revelation tonight because a lot of the aggro I've been getting has been coming from California, Silicon Valley, Arizona, Australia. And a lot of the people all over have just been like, oh my God, we're all going to die. The devil's just going to come and kick our asses. We have absolutely no chance whatsoever. And I realized tonight, Texans don't really talk like that. Man, I've always known how special Texas is and Texans are. But we are definitely a special breed. And I realize a lot of my unwavering optimism and can-do-it spirit comes from being in Texas. Because while I'm trying to remind people, Earth is one family, Texas does a good job of being one family. And yeah, don't tell anybody, but I definitely think we were cut above the rest. Although there are a lot of good people out there. And so yeah, I realized tonight, I don't believe in politicians. But I do believe in God, and I believe in Texas. And so I just want to remind people, now's the time for Texas to be the lighthouse for the world as far as cool and freedom. But we got big problems going on in the DFW area. This is Omer Siddiqui saying, hey man, we got a dangerous situation at Dallas Love Field Airport. 50 plus cars are completely submerged in water. All lower levels are flooding. Crews not able to pump water out. So this is a situation, and it's going to get worse because this is 30 hours from now. This is Thursday. And it looks like it's going to be hitting parts of north central-ish Texas and then moving east. And Texans are, if there's people who celebrate freedom and independence, Texans are really good at it. And a lot of times Texans can see through bullshit. Okay, so see this? This is our storm over the next 48 hours. And if you'll notice, it doesn't clear out for us for like 36 to 40 more hours. And we have possibilities of some strong wind. And pretty much anywhere in Texas, not counting the smokestack, we're looking at rain and a large portion looking at possible severe weather over the next 40 hours. And so, when I say to Texas, like, hey man, we got a problem. This whole river complex is 274 rivers flooding. And the flooding season has just begun. And it's like, man, seriously, it's like the East Coast up here controls the majority of the media. And then if you go over to up here, they control the social networking media. And it's like between the two, they have like a lockdown on the freaking narrative. So if we were going to even try to inject unity and Texas can-do spirit into our great nation, those two places are totally going to stop us, and they're going to try and sell Texas as like some racist state of idiots, which is the farthest from the truth, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just weird. And this is a big problem, and this will probably continue to be a big problem. And the worst case scenario is that we could see some tectonic movement and an earthquake type scenario that's happened before And so this river system could actually fill out. So we could lose this area, And so I know it's a worst case scenario. Sometimes a lot to think about during the Texas flooding situation, but it's a real deal, man. And there are people, who don't want people to know the possibilities and the probabilities of what could happen. But I think Texans, look out for Texans, and that the worse this situation gets, the more the West and East Coast are going to try and distract us. Now look at this. Brought to us by Keisha Burns at NBC5. Impressive rain totals overnight. Stay safe while driving this morning. Watch out for hot water on the roads. And so, like by Wylie, got 8 inches in that area. There's a whole lot of rain for a short amount of time. Springtown, 5 inches. 3 inches Mineral Well. So a lot of these areas are going to be soggy. And so this is through Thursday, I think, Friday. And so this says anywhere from 2 to 5 inches for these areas. The thing was, none of these models had predicted 8 inches anywhere. Like I said, it's a real dicey time where you got all these rivers flooding, and neither the Republicans or the Democrats seem very concerned about it. And I've been overly concerned about it. Like I said, this situation could get a lot worse real fast. And we haven't even had a major super rainy storm in a while. So I just want everybody to stay aware. We got a lot of shit going on all over the place. The next 6 weeks are going to be crazy. Jim Cantori. I'm sure many of you have been woken up early by the thunder. And maybe the lightning too in the Dallas area. But allow yourself some extra time for work, travel with all this rain. Heaviest has slid south of the Metroplex. So yeah. I live in Dallas. I live in Arlington. I live in Fort Worth. I love the whole area. And Denton, man, great place. Yeah, y'all watch out. And super family, I miss you guys. Shout out to everybody at BBA, including Forrest, John B, Darlene, Mr. D, and the rest of the crew. And JC, I miss all y'all. Hopefully, we can go to Billy Bob's this summer. Yeah, so we're looking at a really rainy pattern through the month. And a part of the deal is that the volcanoes, all three in Mexico, Guatemala, have been, Popocatépetl has been going off pretty much all year. So it's creating this heat bubble. And so all the moisture is going around the heat bubble. So we've been getting this kind of atmospheric river, which has been coming up by the Baja area, pulling up through Texas, along the coast, and then it moves out the east. I've been monitoring it for 2 years. It's almost like the Earth's trying to get a second equator, which is weird. So yeah, everybody's on high alert, man. It's about to get real rainy and real floody. And if you need to know my official position, yeah, sure, they can geoengineer the weather a little, but ain't no man got full control over the sky. Ain't no man or app got full control over all the oceans. Have you even been in the ocean, bro? You know what I'm saying? To think that we can't even go that deep without our heads popping like grapes. I know, it's like you can sell anybody anything these days. People buy the craziest bullshit. But yeah, sure, they can modify the weather, but they don't have full control over the volcanoes. They don't have full control over the earthquakes. Man, Anywho, I love you, Texas. And if anybody is prepared to deal with the challenges of the future, Texas is. I definitely think Texas needs to come up with some really good ideas on how to handle all the extra water we're going to be getting over the next few years. Make no mistake, the earth is changing. The sun is changing. The solar system is changing. We're going to see some earthquake and volcano action across the world the next 2 or 3 years due to planetary orbital angular momentum. That's a whole nother thing. But we'll discuss it. We got time. I want to thank my fellow Texans. Love you guys. Okay, but yeah, this is going to be a real deal. And this real deal will be happening through Thursday. I'll give you a little quick rundown. Okay. Remember, this is just model. Like I said, and the models, if they're like banks. If they make an error, it's going to be in the bank's favor. Well, maybe that analogy sucked. Yeah, there was 10 to the low side. So that's like a low pressure system. They don't even know where it's going. I'll put the date on. So that's the 30th. All right. We don't need to go through next week. We only got to worry about the next 48 hours for now. So this is now through Wednesday. And that's Thursday, about midnight-ish. So by tonight, it's going to be pretty bad for those areas. And so, yeah, we definitely have like another 18 hours of rainfall rolling through. Yeah, watch that thing just kind of explode. It looks like it's pulsed down. These things go in pulses. But I got a feeling we're going to see more pulses, especially when the sun comes up. What am I looking for? I'm looking for something. Bear with me. Ooh. So yeah, here's our storm right now. And here was the cell that dropped all that rain. I mean, 8 inches, even in a day, is a lot of rain. I think that happened in a very short amount of time. We got crazy shit going on with our atmosphere, man. Yeah, definitely want to go to Billy Bob's this summer. What you guys doing for 4th of July? Oh, and Texas needs to be on high alert this hurricane season. I figured it out. I'm pretty sure the United States of America is going to be threatened by 2 landfalling hurricanes in the middle of September and the middle of October. And if I figured out the shift correctly, then one of those hurricanes could be a threat to southwest Texas. Now, honestly, with oil being on such a winning streak, every time bad shit happens, including sanctions on Venezuela and Iran, Texas City needs to watch out, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll get to that, though. We got a couple months for that. Like I said, we need new ideas. Houston, Texas dug out a lot of the bayous. I think that helped. It definitely helped in the Rainier floods. But I think we could come up with some new ideas to handle all the new precipitation we'll be getting. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Mexico having more troubles as the volcano activity will only increase for the next 2 or 3 years. And so just remember, man, A, we're all people. B, we're neighbors. C, if shit hits the fan, the most important territory will be like the west part of Texas and the Mexico mountain ranges. I don't know. I always recommend having a great relationship with Mexico. And most Mexicans I've ever met are super cool. Have big hearts, man. But I'm saying they got multiple volcanoes going off down here, and their economy's nowhere near as good as mine. So try and wield your Texas heart where you can, because these are troubling times for almost all people. All right, just doing what I can. Stay alive, stay cool, and keep you all informed. So God bless Texas and everybody else, because God is that cool. All right, hope y'all had a great Resurrection Day, which is Easter to everybody else. And Avengers comes out on Friday. I'll be seeing it in Houston with Apollo. And I'm so excited. And Game of Thrones is good too. Okay, great. Y'all stay cool. Talk to y'all soon. God bless everyone. May the force be with you always, and let us live long and prosper together.